Anyway, so here comes Kevin Owens. And this, I'll tell you what, he is a cunning linguist. He is a really smart verbal gymnast. He shut the whats down and got some heat. And they tried to what him, and they got him for a minute, but he whatted himself, and then he got him to listen to what he was saying. And then when he started knocking Austin, they didn't want to hear that from his smart mouth, and it distracted him into booing him like they're supposed to. So he did a good job. Go ahead.
I thought this was a fantastic promo. I loved it. I thought this may have been the highlight of the entire show. It's too bad that the feud made no sense up to this point. Like, if it was just this promo and this kind of intensity leading into whatever it's going to be, the first appearance of Steve Austin in a ring in a long time, it'd be something, but they bungled the build-up to this so that it made no sense. I guess part of it was they thought they were getting a match, and then they found out they weren't getting a match. But this promo was the best part of this whole Austin-Owens feud. This promo was great.
Well, and see, part of the thing is, again, we just talked about they've had two guys going after each other with forklifts, and then the same two guys just talk on the program. The great thing about this particular situation they're in is that nothing physical is needed. It would be detrimental to this angle and to the match or the show or the fight or the deal at WrestleMania if we even saw Steve Austin live in person before this thing happens. So in this situation, no, you absolutely don't want to have anything physical. No, you absolutely don't want to see one of the participants until the actual event itself. So that means you need a heel that can fucking carry the promo, and that's what he did here. And this time he was serious. And Kevin, I appreciate you listening to the program and my constructive comments last week, and you took some of them to heart, and I appreciate that. Because he basically did the promo I said he ought to do last week, not in the same words, but with the same intention. Now he was serious. Stone Cold Steve Austin, yeah, you were great. That video shows how great you were. But for 19 years, you've been sitting around a sad beer-drinking shell of your former self, begging to be on people's podcasts, blah, blah, blah. Now we got personal. Now we got serious. And he actually came out and said, he didn't come out and say in these many words, but he said, you can't whip me today. Piff and toff, I say. And he's going to give Stone Cold Steve Austin the send-off that he deserves, and he's going to drink a filthy beer, even though he hates it because it tastes like whatever, and toast Stone Cold Steve Austin, passing the torch to him as the new Stone Cold and the master of the stunner. Now, that's a go-home promo for the show in a situation like this. And when Austin comes out, and it's the first time we've seen him live, the babies will fly in the air. Even though Kevin Steen, we didn't know he had a lifelong hatred of the state of Texas until 4 weeks ago. So, yeah, this was the best part about the whole thing. At this point, everybody just wants to see Steve Austin. I don't know that they would really have cared if they'd have just announced on Raw that, yeah, we called a cab and Steve Austin showed up driving it, so he'll be on WrestleMania. Just any reason. But it would have been nice if there was something really that you could sink your teeth into apart from this manufactured premise. But we will push on, right?